What's up, everyone? My name is Shawn Hinz, and welcome to the Wednesday Wellness Check-In, where I get to interview special guests and see how they're doing and how they're keeping their minds and bodies strong, healthy during these times. Today, I'm very excited to introduce a very special guest who is joining us from the University of Portland, where he is a graduate student. He plays baseball. He's on the baseball team and is also the Student Athletic Advisory Council basketball representative. Wow, that is a long, awesome title. Please welcome Henry. Henry, good to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Shawn. Thanks for having me. That was quite a mouthful. Good job on that.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, that's very cool. So, Henry, before we dive in, I'd like you to ask you a few questions to give our audience some background details about you. So the first question is where are you from? And it's okay if you say Mars or Jupiter. We like to hear crazy places.
It might feel like or sound like that. I'm from Gig Harbor, Washington. It's about 40 minutes outside of Seattle. It's about a 2.5 hour drive from here. So far enough away from my family that it makes it feel like I'm away at college, but at the same time close enough that I could drive home on the weekends. So yeah, Gig Harbor, Washington.
That's cool. And what made you choose to go to Portland University?
Oh gosh, it's my 5th year here. It feels so long ago. It was, like I said, close to home, but far enough. Good academics. There was another kid from Gig Harbor who played on the team a few years before me, so he talked to me about coming, and great baseball program, and I love the coaching staff, and yeah, it was a great fit for me, and I wouldn't want it any other way, so I'm lucky.
That's really cool. And as you all know, Henry is a baseball player, and so Henry, what is your baseball career been like for you?
Oh yeah, it's been up and down for sure. I didn't think I would be playing for a 5th year, obviously due to the coronavirus. I got an extra year of eligibility, which I was extremely fortunate, because I think if not, I'd be working a nice 9-to-5 job right now, just getting home from work. So yeah, no, it's been up and down for sure. My freshman year, our team won 11 games and 1 tie. And then this year, my 5th year, our 4th year, we won 12 games, but that was out of 16 games, so we were 12-4. And then my first year, we were about 11-40. So as you can see, it's a lot of progress, but we're getting better every year. So
that's really cool. And I never played baseball before, so what is one cool fact that people might not know about being a part of baseball?
Oh yeah, there's always the stigma of it's really boring and slow, but what's cool about our team is we got a lot of good hitters, so we score a lot of runs, so it's a lot of fun to watch. And we just built a brand new stadium that hasn't been opened yet, so that's another exciting thing to come watch the Pilots play. But yeah, we're not a boring team. How about that?
That's cool. I will definitely come to a future game when you guys have games open. So yeah, I'll make sure to look out for you. You have to sign baseball though if I catch it. If I catch the ball.
No, I don't want to ruin that baseball with that autograph. But yeah, no, that'd be fun. We'd love to have you.
Cool, awesome. And can you tell us a little about your involvement with the Student Athletic Advisory Council at UP?
Yeah, absolutely. So my 2nd year as a student athlete on the committee, and this year I'm serving as the communications director. So my role, just a little bit about my role, is I communicate, I send emails, I meet with people to try to bridge the gap between student athletes and the administration side and coaches. And the Student Athlete Committee is just a voice that helps the student athletes have a better quality of life. And we provide community service opportunities. We do events. We meet once a month, and there's a couple reps from each team, and we get together and talk about what we can do better. It's a great opportunity, and I'm really fortunate. Got a good team behind me. So
nice. And with the COVID happening and all these stressful times, there's so many crazy things going on right now, and there's a lot of athletes have been out of the game and out of training for a long time. And so how have you been handling like maybe like if you've been having stress, or how you've been handling your emotions during these crazy times, or any times for that matter, when you are feeling down or like really stressed.
Right. Yeah. No, it's definitely been tough, and I'm sure you've experienced it as well. I think the thing that's really helped me is I'm an extremely competitive person, and baseball is obviously my favorite sport, and I like to compete. So one thing that I was trying to do was trying to find ways to still be competitive, even with my roommates or my parents. Like during the quarantine, I played a lot of cornhole. I mean, even just smaller stuff like who can make the better breakfast between me and my roommate, or who can clean the kitchen table better. Just small stuff that might not be the sport you're playing, but stuff that helps you stay competitive and kind of, I don't know, makes you want to, it gives you a small little taste of what your sport would be like. Obviously, it's not very close. But yeah, it's just trying to be competitive in small things was definitely one thing that really helped me keep mentally side and sometimes physically as well. But what about you?
Well, before I get into how I handle with that stress, how I handle my stress, I have asked that question so many times, and that is probably by far the most interesting, like the best answer that I've ever gotten to that question. Because a lot of people do like, like the usual stuff where they do like the stress ball or like they do like other exercise, but I like how you do like the small stuff, like competing against your roommate, like for the best breakfast, or like cornhole. Like you're finding options that are like really fun, like something that I never heard before. So for people that are watching this, that's definitely helpful for them. So I just wanted to let you know that. So that's really cool that you do that. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's good to hear. Thanks.
I do not do cornhole. I have done it at weddings, and I am not very good at it. Especially at bowling too, but that has nothing to do with cornhole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I can do like the competition where you do it like for breakfast against a roommate. But how I handle it is like I usually make music. I usually do make videos, because I'm a swimmer and I haven't gotten to be able to go into a pool since oh my gosh, too long. And yeah, it's been really stressful. So like there's not much I can do besides like a lot of dry land workouts. But I haven't been doing dryland workouts because I have been getting into a bad habit where, I used to work out in the beginning, and then like dryland workouts gotten really boring. So I moved on to like doing other new hobbies. So just finding new hobbies for myself.
Right. No, that's awesome.
I just noticed how you turned the question against me. That's really smart. That's cool.
No, like I said, I like learning from you too. So.
That's cool. And if you guys didn't know, Henry also does a podcast for a part of University of Portland. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, it's called the Portside Pod. It's with another teammate of mine. We did it last fall and working on getting it back. But yeah, it's nothing like Shawn's show, but it's good.
That's really cool. And so what kind of things do you talk about on your podcast?
Yeah, so I have a co-host named Chris. He played on the baseball team as well. We just interview kind of people within the athletics department, coaches, staff, other players, like strength and conditioning coaches, trainers, stuff like that. And we kind of get people that are behind the scenes that don't get as much love. And we hope that we can, with our podcast, try to get people more credit, because there's always not enough credit going around to some people that work really hard because put us in a good position to be successful, and there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes. So yeah, we just interview people and kind of similar to yours, and just ask them some questions and just have a good conversation.
That's really cool. And the next question for me to you is, you seem like a really positive person. Is there anyone who influenced your positivity and the person that you are today?
Ooh, it's a good question. Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of the teammates I've had have been really helpful. We have a great group of guys here, and even on any high school team, I've just been really fortunate to have good teammates that are always picking me up, and I try to pick them up as much as I can. Obviously, it helps with my parents, raised me the best that they could. And I think with baseball, it's a game of failure. if you hit the ball 3 out of 10 times, you're in the Hall of Fame. So you've learned throughout life, you've learned that baseball is just a small portion of life and that it's a game of failure, but it's hard to be down all the time. So being positive is something that you have to do mentally. So it's something that I continue to work on, and it helps having easy conversations with you, Shawn. So it works both ways. You're positive too. So
cool. Thank you. And you seem like you're an athlete and you do a lot of great things, and it seems like you achieved so much during your time within University of Portland. So my last serious question before we get into like some of the questions that me and my team came up with is, what is one advice that you would give to the athletes of Special Olympics Oregon that are all tuning in?
That's a good question. Wow. I would say I would just give some advice to continue to have fun and pick your teammates up. You know, it's easy extremely when a competitive situation happens where something might not go your way. It's easy to get down or get mad at one of your teammates, and it's just keep your head up and keep going, because you could easily be that person that made the mistake, or you could easily be the person that could have given up the game-winning goal or something like that. And I don't know, just doing your best to pick your teammates up, because at the end of the day, they're not going to remember who scored the game-winning goal. They're going to remember how good of a teammate you were. And that's something that's really important. It's just being a good teammate, I think, would be the good advice I would give.
That is a great advice. I'll make sure to write it down. And so now we're on to the fun questions. So they're not math questions, I promise you. But I think it's this one's, we're gonna start off easy. So if you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you want to go and why?
You know, I would say anywhere outside of Portland right now, just because I've been here so long. But I do love the beach. I love the water. I like warm weather. I'd probably say somewhere in Mexico, maybe Cabo, and do some surfing or do some body surfing. But all right, I gotta ask you, what about you?
Yeah, mine will have to be somewhere in the beach, but actually no, hold up. Yellowstone.
Wow.
Yeah, I love Yellowstone. I gone there like 4 times, and I love
Holy smokes.
so much. Yeah, I love that place. I haven't gone there in a while, so I got to go back there.
Yeah, you got to get back. That's sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, Yellowstone, that reminds me. I'll put it on the list to go. Okay, next question. If you had a superhero ability, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's a good one. I'd probably say fly, just because I play outfield, and so the balls hit out to me a lot, and there are a few that drop, and if I could fly, I feel like I could improve at my position, and I would catch almost every ball, and maybe I'd go to the major leagues. So I'd probably say fly.
That's a good one. I think mine would have to be, well, this comes in a combo. It would be like being able to breathe underwater without, taking the breath of air, and being able to see underwater, because I've been a swimmer all my life, but I'm unable to see without my goggles. Like if there's water in my goggles, oh yeah, the race, someone else is gonna win the race probably, but yeah.
That's a good one. I like the 2-part one.
Yeah. But yeah, I can just feel the chlorine getting to my eyes right now.
Yeah, you're just getting worked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Question. If there was a movie that was made about you, who would you want to play?
Actor? Okay, wow. Ooh, I really love Will Ferrell. I think he's hilarious. A little bit bigger than me, but I would love his height as well if that was also a thing. But yeah, no, Will Ferrell, super positive, funny guy. I really like him, so probably Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I would have to go with the same because he is hilarious. And he is tall.
Yes.
I wonder how tall he is.
I think he's like 6'2", 6'3". Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah, taller than me.
Yeah, same.
And I want to, there's only 3 questions. I want to come up with one more. Is there any fun question that you would like to ask?
Ooh, for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gosh, I'm trying to think. We, on our show, we do this, we find these questions from so in the NFL draft, before the NFL draft, they have these combine questions where these football players meet with the organizations, and there's these 20 set of questions that are extremely random, and they ask these players, and for some reason they can test their IQ, or usually the question means a deeper meaning. I don't really see it, but I'm trying to think what one of the questions we ask, because there's so many. Okay, this is one of them. So if you were riding on a school bus and it's going down a mountain as fast as possible, where are you sitting in the school bus?
I would probably be where would I be sitting, or where am I sitting?
Front, back, middle, laying down.
Oh, not laying down. That's for sure. I want to see if I'm going to die or not. So probably the front, because I just want to, I want to see it.
Right. Yeah. See where you're going at least.
And it's been a long time since I ridden in a school bus. I'm pretty sure the middle is the worst part of the bus. I think the back or the front is the best seats in the house on the school bus.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I got one more then. What would you say the color of a normal chocolate bar is?
Normal chocolate, I think it would be I had never gotten a question before. How do you I know it's brown, but it's like a tan. When you roast a marshmallow and you get that perfect brownish color. It's kind of like that color, except when you burn it too, when you put it in flames, that's dark chocolate. And then when you have it perfect, that is milk chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
That's the color.
Oh yeah.
Of a regular.
I don't even know if there's a right answer to that, but I think that's about as close as it gets.
I'm gonna have to look it up now. I'm just that kind of person.
Yeah.
Just look it up.
Yeah, you'll have to look up look up NFL Combine questions. There's hundreds of funny but weird questions like that. But
that's cool. Okay, I'll look into that. That's awesome. Well, thank you for asking all the questions, and thank you again, Henry, for being on this show. And it's so great to have you. And hopefully, who knows, we all might come to watch you play a baseball game.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, thank you for having me. You're a great host.
Thank you so much. Well, with that said, folks, this concludes this week's Wednesday Wellness Check-In. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you again, Henry. And thank you all for tuning in. Join us next time for another Wednesday Wellness Check-In. I'm your host, Shawn Hinz from the podcast team Hinz, signing off. And remember, everyone, keep being brave in the attempt and stay safe, everyone.